What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear, lose your gear, because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So, just want to come on here and do a quick, I don't know if it's a review, it's more of a initial go over of something that I've been carrying for 2 weeks, but I'm going to continue to carry for the rest of this month. So, this is kind of stage one of the review. Stage two will be after the month is over. What is this item? This item is way up here, right? No, it's the Compact by SAK. Now, before I go over this, I'd like to thank everybody that contacts me. 1 second, gotta drink this coffee. Yeah. Anyway, so shout out to everybody that contacts me. I get a lot of emails and just contacting me in general about, hey, I picked up an item that you recommended and it's awesome, or can you do this video, or can you do that video? So I appreciate everybody interacting and watching and, thanking me for picking up stuff that I recommend. I'm glad I'm not recommending crap because that would suck, right? But shout out to all you guys and gals, and I appreciate your, you watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, interacting, all that stuff. It's super cool. So I'm glad that, I like to hear from people, like they got something that I recommended and, wasn't a total piece of poop for them. So that's awesome. With that being said, also, I have started collaborating with Gondek EDC. So I'll be featuring some more stuff that I have from Gondek. I'm going to do some pouches, go over them. I have in the past, but I want to do more in depth. So Max and Lauren, Gondek EDC. If you don't know about Gondek EDC, my first question is, do you live under a rock? And if not, then why are you not buying things from Gondek EDC, right? Because Gondek makes hanks, and their hanks are $10, and they're shipped for $1, and it's a total of $11. You cannot beat that. It's probably less than half of what other people are selling their hanks for. And there's no reason that hanks should be $30. There's just no reason. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care how you're making it. I don't care what the quality is. It should not be $30. If Gondek EDC, a small American business that's a family-owned business, can make hanks for $11 and ship them out to you, then everybody should be able to do it. So definitely check them out. This is a 7x7. It's got the pattern on the front, and then on the back is a microfiber. And the great thing that I love about these hanks is that you fold them up in your pocket, and look, it's like 3.5 by 3.5, 4x4, whatever. So you got a really good sized hank right there. So yeah, you end up with a really smaller item to put in your pocket, and then if you got to clean off your blade or something, this microfiber is great. And they're so affordable that if you do happen to cut through it, you know what I mean, when you're cleaning it, because that happens, you can just buy another one, honestly. So definitely, I will link the website to Gondek EDC in the description. And this just is the beginning, so I'm going to have much more stuff on Gondek in the future. But seriously, get some hanks or something else, a pry bar, a lot of cool stuff, pouches. Just go to the site, check it out. And like I said, if you don't know about Gondek, you got to crawl out from under your rock. Go check out their website that I will link in the description and get yourself something. So this is one of my favorite hanks right here. I mean, I like a lot of them, most of them. Oh, also the Hank of the Month Club. I almost forgot about that. You get in the Hank of the Month Club, there's now an XL Hank of the Month Club for Gondek EDC. And you can get a monthly subscription and they send you hanks. The prices are different from the regular size to the XL. I do know that you can have any pouch or any other item made in that Hank of the Month material if you're a member. And you get, you get hanks that nobody else gets, basically. So it's really cool if you're in that. So check that out too. But let's get into the review of what I think right now of the Compact. So I just threw a piece of micro cord on here. I usually use leather cordage, but I didn't have any left, and I don't feel like going to Michael's, so I have micro cord. So let's talk about this knife, multi-tool. Everybody on, EDC, they rant about this, and this is the best urban EDC knife out there from SAK, and blah, 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 blah. So what do I think about that? So for me, this is EDP, right? So I'm more of an EDP person because, as I've said before 50 times, 100 times, that EDC started from the survival and prepping world, and it's a subculture of that. And I feel like EDC is mostly people showing pretty stuff, on the internet more than they are actually using it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to not change the name of my channel because that's a pain in the ass. I'm probably going to just, let everybody know that's what I'm going to be considering myself from now on, EDP, which is everyday prepping, which is what this is. So whatever you carry, It's for your preparedness for the day. So it just makes sense to call it everyday prepping. So that's what this is for me. Now, I've been carrying this for 2 weeks. I carried it for a week as my primary EDC blade, and now I'm carrying it as my multi-tool. So what I want to do this year in the 2024 is to carry an SAK on me at all times, and not just in a tier 2 carry in a bag. I want to have it on me. So that's what I'm doing with it now. Now, granted, when I come home from work, I usually slap on sweatpants, and when I put on sweatpants, I usually carry a traditional knife, a slip joint, or an SAK, which this is a slip joint. So I've been carrying this after work, too, in my sweatpants. So I've been carrying it a lot, actually. So let's go over it, what I think of it, and let me think of it if it's the Lord's gift to SAKs for urban EDC. So it has a regular blade, right? I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is, let me move this out of the way. This is 91 millimeter, so it's a full-size blade. It also has the star of the show here, which is the giant scissors, the full-size scissors by SAK. And then we have the combo tool. Now, heard a lot of complaints about the combo tool that it bends because it's much thinner. So as a comparison, we'll pull out the Spartan. So I have the Spartan, and I can't find anything on it because it's dark in here. So anyway, the Spartan, it's not really that dark, is, as you can see, about twice the thickness of the combo tool. Now this is just one of the tools. So this is the flathead screwdriver, can opener or bottle opener, and wire stripper. And as you can see, it is definitely heftier and, you know, more robust, so to say. So people have said they've bent this, you know, prying stuff and, you know, lifting open can, whatever, just prying it in general, prying with it in general is paint cans and whatever. Now, with that being said, this is not a pry bar, right? This is a screwdriver. So if you're prying with it and it bends, you're probably going to void the warranty because that's using it in a way you're not supposed to. Now, I know that people are going to use it as a pry bar. I have, not this, but this one, and it works fine. This has never bent on me at all because it's twice the thickness of that. So that's one of the complaints I hear a lot about this. And I've used it as a screwdriver, and it's absolutely horrible. So it's a terrible screwdriver for Phillips anyway. Now, if you use, that's the knife, actually. If you use the can opener screwdriver, this for a Phillips, this works fantastic because you just put it in there and you can twist and twist and twist, and it works great. Now, if you use this as it, because you can only use that corner, you got to go like this and then put it back in and go like that, put it back in and go like that. So that sucks. Works fine as a flathead, and it works okay as a can opener. So it's just not a, you know, tool that you would trust to pry something with, I think, because of the, you know, thinness of that tool itself. So that's the other tool on the front. So there's only 3 tools in the main area. Then you have this, you know, you got your cork, what is it? It's a corkscrew. I'm going brain dead there. So you have this corkscrew that I've never used, hardly ever. I do put a safety pin behind it, as you can see, in case I need a safety pin, I have it. Then I have the pin that goes in there. The 91 millimeter blades have the spot for that. And they send you with this little screwdriver that is for your eyeglasses if you wear eyeglasses. So that's pretty cool. But in general, I don't use a corkscrew except for storage, so whatever. And then you have the dreaded parcel hook, which is pretty useless as well. However, if you check out the channel Accoutrements, great channel, got a lot of SAK information. He just did a video about how you can use this with a jigsaw blade and you can make it into like a saw, even though this doesn't have a saw. So definitely check him out. I will link him in the description as well. So it's a pretty cool video. But as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty useless unless you're doing something else with it like he's doing. And it has a file on the back of it. Now the file is like practically useless as well. I mean, it's all right. It's like something you can use if you have nothing else. It's half the size of the SD file. So it's not like super robust or anything. And I get it. They put all these tools on here. They made them smaller or whatever because they wanted it to be compact because that's the name, right? Compact. And then you have the, you know, tweezers and the scale tools. And you also have a plus size scale. So you have the pen, the pressurized pen, which is actually cool. So that's what that is. Now, as compared to the Climber, right, which is a similar knife, and the Spartan, which is also a 2-layer knife. So you have two-layer, this is also a 2-layer. The Compact is a 2-layer knife. And then Spartan's a 2-layer, and the Climber's a 3-layer. So let's take the Spartan out of it because Spartan doesn't have scissors. So let's just talk about these two with scissors. So people are saying that, oh, I love the compact, it's so compact and blah, 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 and indeed it is. However, the Climber, or the Super Tinker actually, is very similar in size to this. And if you do the measurements, I don't have my calipers anymore because I broke them and I just didn't get them again. The compact is literally approximately 1/8 of an inch thinner. I can spin it around here and you can see it. 1/8 of an inch thinner. You can barely even see the difference in thickness from the compact to the Climber, which is a 3-layer. So this is about 1/8 of an inch thicker than that. So that's minimal. Now, if you weigh it, this is about 2.9 ounce, still under 3 ounces, right? 2.9, and this is about 2.25. So what's that? About 0.65 of an ounce heavier for the Climber. So all these people are saying that it's so compact and it's so amazing and blah, blah. This 3-layer is not that much bigger or heavier than the compact. We're talking like marginal differences, right? So to say that, you know, it's to me, it's like, you know, either one. This one has a much better tool set, and it has the full size tool. So if you did want to pry, you're not going to have to worry about it. You got the screwdriver, you got the can opener, you have the scissors, you have the blade, you have another blade, a secondary pen blade. Then you have the useless parcel hook again, unless you're using it as a saw, and you have the corkscrew that's kind of pretty useless too. And I also have a safety pin in there. So the safety pin trick will work with the corkscrews, but not with the screwdriver on the Super Tinker. So if you want to put that in there, it does work. You have to get a really small one, but it will fit. You just have to put the head of the pin in where the first turn is, and then boom, you're good to go. So this has a much better tool set, the Climber, right? I really like the Climber, actually. I like the compact too, and I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't see the hype about it. It's a fine instrument, so to say. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, except for the back tool. Like, if it was up to me, I would totally get rid of back tools altogether. Like, even on this, like, I don't need a corkscrew. I just don't. Unless I'm using it for storage. This one only has a safety pin back there, but I don't really need that. Get upset about going around drinking wine, opening up wine bottles for random people on the street, like, you know, running up to people in Park Square going, hey, let me see your wine bottle. Let me get that for you. No, it's useless. It literally is. Parcel hook is as well, unless you're doing something, you know, you're not supposed to be doing with it. I get it. You know, people are super smart and they think up all these different ideas on what they can do with it, and that's awesome. I am not that smart. So to me, it's pretty useless. But if you took those off with the tools off the back, I wouldn't even care because you still have the scale tools and you still have the main instruments that come with it, and that would be fine. So I would definitely recommend, right at this point, the Climber over the compact. And I'm not saying the compact isn't good. I like the compact. Like I said, I'm carrying it for this entire month, so I'll come back on here and let everybody know what I think after that. But right now, I think it's fine. Now, when I give the weights and the measurement, there is one thing I will say, that if you're wearing sweatpants, because I did a test. I carried this for half the day, then I carried this for half the day to see what was going on. So I think personally that the compact, people that carry this just carry this, right? They love this, they carry this, they don't carry anything else. When you put this in your pocket after this, you can actually tell the difference. It's mostly the weight, right? Even though, like I said, it's a marginal difference. It's only, you know, it's less than an ounce, which is nothing really. You can tell, but after you carry it for, you know, a couple hours, you can't. You just get used to it. So I feel like people that have the compact are so used to the compact and they've carried it for so long that when they do carry something else, they're like, oh my God, it's so much heavier. Like, but it's not, but you can tell the difference for a short period of time. So overall, I don't have a problem with any SAK, honestly. I think they're all great tools. They really are. And they just have different tool sets and they, you know, different things going on. But the compact is a fine SAK. There's nothing really wrong with it that I can see or, you know, say. It's good. It's got some tools on the back that I think are useless that I don't really use. But that's how it is, right? But other than that, I mean, I've been using it for everything. Opening packages, opening boxes. No wine, though. And other things. But to use the scissors a lot. They're great. I think that's really what the big deal is, that it's a 2-layer SAK, like the Spartan, but it has the scissors, whereas the Spartan doesn't. So I'll come back on here at the end of January, let you guys know, because I'm going to carry it as a secondary item, as a multi-tool, and we'll see what I think then. But as of right now, I think it's fine. I just think that, the weight and the size difference are minimal, and I think that all the hype about the compact isn't really justified, you know what I mean? Because there are other SAKs with better tool sets that are just a slight bit heavier and a slight bit thicker. But again, it's marginal. So definitely, if you get a chance, check out the compact. I will link it in the description. This is a little bit more expensive, but it was $39 on Amazon, which isn't too bad. So you guys have a great Saturday. We're waiting on a giant snowstorm here in the Northeast, but I think we're going to get like 6 to 10, possibly 6 to 12 inches. But, in Massachusetts, 12 inches is a dusting. So you guys, if you are in the Northeast, be safe, be prepared, and, have a good day. Definitely use your tools or lose your tools.